So on this new build, you have no shortage of innovations and trendy features. And it was after that meeting with the Prince. Section here is going to be completely covered in solar panels. But when it's drained, the pool floor can raise up. Done a really good job at keeping everything looking really nice. People often talk about sustainability in yachting, and it's a bit of a myth because the way we are now, yachting can't be 100% sustainable. Now, I'm guilty of using this phrase as well, but actually a better phrase would be responsible yachting. So still enjoying life on the water, still enjoying super yachting, doing it in a way that's actively and committedly better for the planet. Now, the shipyard that I'm in right now believes in this ethos as well. The shipyard where I am now is GX Super Yachts, a Turkish brand that operates in the facility of Ses Yacht in Tuzla, close to Istanbul. Now, this brand first came to my attention at the Monaco Yacht Show last year, but actually GX has been in the works for longer than that, and they were just laying low, privately working on the design, and more importantly, the eco claims. I'll come on to those in just a moment. So the story of GX Super Yachts is a really interesting one, so let me set the scene for you. So it's a few years ago at the Monaco Yacht Show, and the Prince of Monaco actually spotted a 58-foot runabout, and he requested a ride on board. Now, he was drawn to it, I think partly because of the design and the beauty of the boat, but also because of the silence and comfort that came from the fact that it was an electric boat. Now, that builder turned out to be Greenline Yachts, which is a builder based in Slovenia, and they really specialise in hybrid propulsion. They've been building yachts for about 15 years. They've actually delivered about 1,000 units globally, so heaps of experience. And it was after that meeting with the Prince that Greenline Yachts started to wonder, what if we went bigger? And thus GX Super Yachts was born in 2022. An offshoot of Greenline, the new brand will build between 24 metres to 56 metres, which is about 78 to 183 foot, and they will build entirely in aluminium. Now, GX harnesses the yacht building power of a really experienced management team with decades of hands-on experience, as well as a knowledgeable shipyard team, and of course, Northrop & Johnson's Ali.tanir is also involved in the project as a new construction specialist. All of the yachts in the range will use hybrid propulsion and solar panels, and the range hopes to cut emissions by about 60% when compared to standard diesel yachts of a similar size. Now, that is a pretty big cut, and it means they'll not only be better for the planet, but they'll save you a pretty penny on your fuel bill as well. Now, all of this sounds very impressive, but have they actually got anything in build? Well, yes they do. I'm standing on board right now. This is the GX42. An 138-foot model, which is being built in the raised pilot house version. Now, there is also a coupe and fly version available as well. Design is by Marco Casali at 2 Design, and I think he's really good at these very contemporary, sleek designs that are distinctive, and the GX42 is no exception. Even though this model will be equipped with solar panels, which I always think can make a boat look a bit clunky, this design still looks sporty. Meanwhile, naval architecture is by Nameth, and those 2 design powerhouses will collaborate on all the models in the GX range. Now, some eco claims for you. I know you're waiting for them. In all-electric mode, so absolutely no diesel involved, you can cruise at 10 knots for almost 30 nautical miles, including hotel load. And then if you pair back to a very economical 5 knots, you can expect a range of 71 nautical miles on electric. And that is almost the distance that it takes to get between Florida and the Bahamas and back. And if you don't want to cruise in electric mode, you can still anchor completely silently for 48 hours or more, and you can expect full hotel load to be covered, including air conditioning. Then if you want to use diesel, the GX42 will have a maximum speed of 16 knots, and at 10 knots will have a range of 5,000 nautical miles. The yacht has 24 batteries weighing over 7,000 kilos and delivers up to 1 megawatt of power, but you can also harvest up to 27 kilowatts of power. And this here is where the batteries will go. So on this new build, you have no shortage of innovations and trendy features. So you can see here we have this lovely pool. It's very deep, and when it's filled with water, you get this great chill out lounge zone. But when it's drained, the pool floor can raise up, and what you get is storage for a tender of about 5.5 meters. You can't see it yet, but at the back here, underneath this panel, you'll have a crane, and that crane will be able to be used for the tender operations. It can also be a passerelle and a swim platform, so a really nice 3-in-1 feature. Sometimes features like fold-out balconies and changeable depth pools can cause construction headaches. But in this case, you have Ali.tanir representing these yachts in the Americas, and he is overseeing the project in its early stages. You also have Andrea Armas acting as advisor to the board at GX, and both of these people have so many years of expertise working at shipyards around the globe. So they're really accustomed to finding solutions to any challenges that come up along the way. One thing that's really impressed me seeing this yacht under construction is just how much space is given over to solar panels. So this entire aft section here is going to be completely covered in solar panels. Now obviously that's nice, gives you shading for the deck below, but it's also obviously a functional reason to give you all of that solar energy. A couple of other things that really impressed me. One was the welding. I don't know if you've seen, but it looks very smooth and very clean. And yacht building in Turkey is very competitive. And some shipyards don't bother to weld things in a way that's clean and looks good because there's just not much point. But here at GX Super Yachts, they've done a really good job at keeping everything looking really nice. Another thing that I've actually never before seen is that on the pipes, before they've been installed, they have got labels on them telling you which direction they should be installed in, and also a label telling you what material is going to be flowing through them, so it makes it a lot easier during the installation process. And that's the kind of thing I think you'd only expect to see on a yacht which has years of prior experience and knowledge being poured into it. As I mentioned, these yachts are built in Turkey, close to the buzzing centre of Istanbul. Now, Greenline Yachts is built in the hills of Slovenia, not particularly close to the sea at all, and it's a real labour of love to get them out onto the open water. So GX decided they needed something a little bit more straightforward, and that's how they ended up in Turkey. Although the yard actually searched far and wide to find the right facility to build these yachts, they looked at Italy first and then Turkey before finally setting on the facility at SES Yacht. That's SES Yacht. SES is a brand of yacht in its own right. You may know them from their collaboration with Turke, a very respected Dutch designer, but in this case they're just doing the construction on behalf of GX. Now, the benefits of using subcontractors like this is that the facility is already geared up to build large yachts, and all of the people who work here have years of experience in the sector, and they understand the processes and complexities that come with superyacht construction. And you can see here, they do a lot of their own carpentry and woodworking, which keeps the quality control really high. Now, I thought we would finish the video here in the lovely private owner's deck on the GX42. Now, in about a year's time, hopefully in time for the Monaco Yacht Show, we'll see this area finished, we'll see this yacht being enjoyed. But if you were thinking you wanted to buy her, sadly, you are out of luck. This unit is sold to a client. However, the second hull of the GX42 is available and she could be yours. Or if you're thinking about going a little bit smaller, there is also the GX34, which you might be interested in. The person to contact for both of those boats is Ali.tanir, who I mentioned earlier, and I will put his contact details on the screen for you, and I'm sure he'd be happy to talk to you about all things GX Super Yachts. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment for me and GX Super Yachts, and we'll see you in the next video.